Hello, this is a tarot card reading for Reddit user Jasminebub. It is April 24th, Friday at 11:25 in the morning. Today I'm going to be doing a reading using my Tarot Art Nouveau deck, which is a great reading when it comes to readings involving relationships, love, and sex. And you asked for some insight into your relationship with your partner. So today I'll be using a spread that gives us some advice on how you approach relationships, which you can take both into this relationship and use to reflect on others in your life. The first card in this spread represents the patterns in your relationships, the themes and practices that come up with each new relationship. And here we have the Hierophant. What the Hierophant says to me is that it is very important to you to have a socially acceptable relationship. You want to be in a relationship that your family and your community approves of. You want to take things at the correct pace. You want to be interpreted as not promiscuous, and you want to pursue a relationship that follows that traditional romantic structure, meeting the one for you, pursuing a marriage and a home. So that's something that you've brought to each relationship. The downfall I can see in this card is that there may be times that the person you're with doesn't agree with you and feels pressure or feels stifled to meet your expectations. Another issue maybe is that sometimes our family, our community may not know what's best for us, and you may be missing out by focusing on these traditional values, and it may be time to consider other aspects of relationships that do not pursue that traditional structure you seek. The next card tells us about the patterns of resistance in your relationships. So resistance either you or a partner bring. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles. And what this shows me is that you are someone who is very willing to give emotionally to your partner. You support your partner emotionally, willing to give advice from your own experiences to help them succeed. You're also willing to give to them financially. You love providing for your partner, taking them out, and perhaps giving gifts. The only downside I can see in this card, the only pattern of resistance, is if you feel at times you do too much for a traditional role. Perhaps you feel conflict if you're a woman, if you have a male partner, taking them out. Feeling like you want to give, but that there's some social judgment attached. Or perhaps you feel like you give too much, you aren't responsible with your funds, or you give too much, you don't give enough to yourself, or you don't receive it in return. But that is something to consider with this card, the Knight of Pentacles. The last card in this spread indicates advice for your relationship and advice for other relationships, general advice when it comes to romance and love. And here we have the Ten of Pentacles. What this tells me is that when it comes to relationships and being concerned about being socially accepted, part of your aim in a relationship is to find that partner, to purchase that house, to have that white picket fence. And I feel that perhaps you're concerned with this relationship, or when you are ready to settle down, that you won't be successful. This card tells us that you will be wealthy financially and emotionally. There will be enough to provide for you and the dreams that you seek, and you don't need to worry about that. What I see that you really need to learn to focus on is just meditating on why these traditions are important to you and whether you truly value them, and also to meditate on the amount you give in your relationships and whether you feel that you're receiving it in return. The prevalence of pentacles here shows us that security, stability, money are concerns for you when it comes to love and relationships. We see that emphasized in both these cards. Thank you for letting me read for you today, and I wish you the best of luck.